The great Al Michaels joining us here on the Schedule Release Show. How are you, Al?
I'm great. And, Rich, I know we are all saying, Jim and Joe and Mike, about how excited we are. Mm-hmm. I'm really excited. And I'll tell you two reasons why.
Okay.
And all of us who do prime Thursday night football are. Number one, looking at the schedule, our third game is Dallas at the Giants. Having done 20 years of Monday night and 16 on Sunday night in prime time, Rich, I've probably done 25 of those games. That is a premier, big time, I don't care how they're doing, matchup. So for starters, Dallas at the Giants, that blew me away when I saw that. And the other big reason, I think, is that over the past 2 years, as we were, kind of ramping up, and the schedule was okay. We had a couple of, fine games and a lot of games that weren't particularly good in terms of the matchups themselves. And I used to look at the schedule and say, how many of these games could possibly wind up in the late national window on CBS or Fox? And I would come up with 2, maybe 3. I'm looking at the schedule right now. I can come up with 6, 7, maybe 8, which is half of our schedule. So I think the league really did Prime Video a solid when I take a look at this thing week after week. And, right off the bat, I could give you a great storyline for every one of these games.
Yeah, you start in the East pretty much. You got an AFC East round robin. You got Buffalo and Miami to kick things off with Odell. Now with the Dolphins and the Bills needing to get, one would think, a game like this early on in their AFC East title defense. And then you got the Jets home opener because the Jets opened their first 2 on the road against New England. And we'll see who's going to be the starting quarterback. We assume it will be Brissett. And then you got the NFC East game after that, Al. That's the way to start.
Sure. Well, with the Jets, we have them twice. Interestingly enough, both times at the Meadowlands, we have them against New England in that earlier game, and then Houston about midway through the season. So, last year we were excited when the league decided that some teams could play more than once. So this year I think we have 5 or 6 teams that play twice, including San Francisco. So the quality is much better. Last year, of course, 4 plays into the season, there went 2 of the games on our schedule. We thought they'd be fantastic with Aaron Rodgers getting hurt. So we had them later in the year. So, hopefully he's good. He's good to go. He should be. And then we get the Jets again. And, there are a lot of mysterious teams in this league this season. The Jets would be one. New England is another. So we have them. And then, as I say, you got Buffalo, Miami for the starter, Dallas at the New York Giants. Going down the list, I see Denver goes to New Orleans, and you think, okay, what's that game all about? Obviously, it's about Sean Payton returning to the scene of his glory. We have the Rams twice. I think the Rams are one of the more interesting teams in the league. Last year, not a good start, on fire at the finish, came really close to knocking off Detroit, obviously, in the playoffs. It's amazing to me, Rich. Sean McVay is in his 8th year as a head coach. I mean, he's one of the most tenured coaches in the National Football League. We have him against Minnesota early on, where Kevin O'Connell comes in as one of the guys that he has sent to head coaching roles. So it's a very interesting schedule from top to bottom. Very, very happy with it.
Yeah, Rams at San Francisco late in the season as well. That could be for the West on the line, with all due respect to the other teams, obviously, in the division. Last year, we all know the Lions made their calling card on Thursday night to open the season, but it was just a couple weeks later on Amazon Prime when they really put a thumping on Green Bay in Green Bay to kind of really let everyone know that they were for real. And you have a rematch of that with Green Bay at Detroit, which is a rematch of a Thanksgiving appearance where Green Bay turned the tables on them. That's a neat one late in the season as well for you.
Yeah, no question. That's our first game, I think, in December the 5th. So to get them late in the year. And, of course, last year it's interesting. Detroit was kind of the it team, and they did turn out to be the it team, which they were very good and obviously went far in the playoffs. And Jared Goff just got that enormous contract, and deservedly so. So, it's a great thing to have. We didn't have Detroit at all the first year. And we didn't have Houston at all last year. So we've got both of those teams come back onto the schedule. And again, as you look at it week after week, I mean, you can make a case for, hey, I've got a great storyline for any of those games.
Yeah, two division games for Cincinnati as well, at Baltimore, and then home for Cleveland as well. And that has been definitely their Achilles heel, of the Cleveland Browns and Myles Garrett. Great to see you, sir. Great to see you, Al.
And you, sir.
And
you You're looking great, pinstripes.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I had a dress
Look
for
at
you. I cleaned up just for you, Al. I cleaned up.
Yes, you did, Rich. I did not clean up for you. I'm still on a golf shirt.
Did you just get straight off of Bel Air? Is that what you did?
I just took a shower. I went into the closet.
Well, that's good. You're the best, Al. We'll chat soon.
You be good, man.
All right. That's Al Michaels everywhere. The voice of Prime Video Thursday Night Football.